Hello everyone and welcome back to Rugged Vape Reviews. Today we got a nice little review for you. This is the Smok G320 Marshal device, and it is a 320 watt device or 220 watt device. We'll explain that a little bit later, but let's go ahead and get down to it. So guys, this right here is the Smok G320 Marshal. It is a 320 watt device with three 18650s, or if you just put two 18650s in it, it is a 220 watt device. When we do the up close and personals, we will go over a little bit more of that and some of the screen features and whatnot. I just got my hands on this today, so it's not going to be as much of a review as it's going to be more of a just kind of showpiecing it, showing you everything about it. And when we come back up from the FaceTime, we're going to discuss how much I've been liking it, the things that I like about it, if I found any pros and cons or whatnot. But let's go ahead and get down to these up close and personals. Alright guys, so here is the up close and personal with the Smok G320 Marshal. This is the packaging that it does come in right here. Pretty standard Smok packaging on the back. It gives you a description, gives you what the kit's included, the specifications. On the side here, it does tell you about the compact design, 320 watts, the large OLED screen, supports two or three 18650s, and it has apparently a balance charge built into it, which I was unaware of that until this very second. So that kind of makes this a really cool device. I mean, if it does have a balance charger built into it, then it's not going to be too bad to actually plug into the charging port on this to charge your batteries. But let's go ahead and take out our box here. Take this off here, and right there it is. There is our G320 Marshal. Pop it out here for a second. Now inside this box, you get your standard instruction manual and your battery safety card and your USB charging / software update cable. And this is the warranty card in here as well. So that is in here also. And a silica pack that nobody should eat. Yay! Okay, this is the G320 Marshal from Smok. The device is three 18650s like we went over in the FaceTime. The device has 89.5 millimeter height. It has a 61.5 millimeter width and another 31 millimeters in depth or width. All right, so first off, you got your little sliding door here for your batteries, a little flip top door. And then get a little shot of the inside there. It's got your battery orientation, your positive, your negatives. Kind of hard to get down and see all of those right there, but you get the gist. Up here they're labeled as well. Negative up, positive up, negative up. So it is ran in series, obviously. Now, before closing that, let's go ahead and get our batteries in here. So we got our negative up here. got our positive up there and our negative up there. Now this door is a bit of a tight fit, so you got to use a little bit of pressure. All right, so here is our display on the device. It is right on top of the device, so it's really nice. We have our 200 watts. The N in this little box right here stands for normal. This is your strength or your preheat setting. There is a normal, a soft, and a hard. Over here, you have your 3 battery indicator. Tells you what all 3 battery voltages are at. Right here we have a voltage. Oh, no coil. There's an ohms beside the voltage, and then there is an amps beside the ohms. Down below it, watts, tells you what it's running in. Then you have your PCB temperature. What that is that's your printed circuit board. It tells you the temperature of your printed circuit board. It keeps track of that so nothing overheats and starts melting solder or creating a dangerous situation. And beside that is a little puffs counter. And down below, this long bar down below, that is your timer per hits. So when you push the button and fire it, it starts edging up and giving you how many seconds that you hit the device for. So I do kind of like how that's set up. It does have a lot of stuff going on right there. I like having a very precise ohms reader, and I like having that amp reader on there as well to make sure that I'm not pushing batteries past limits. Now, here's the one con that I do have to mention. This is the user interface for changing things. I think it could be so much better. Smok has been doing it this way for a long time, and I just don't like it. Now, that's subjective. It might not bother you, but I just don't think it's very user friendly. But to change your settings, you have to 3-click, and then this mode comes up. But if you click the button again, it goes to puffs. Click the button again, goes to settings. Click the button again over to power, and then back to mode. Then you have your wattage up and wattage down buttons here that just cycle through it the same way. So that is a little bit to change things on it. Let's say we'll go mode right here. Then you have to let it just sit and go into mode. And then you can use any of these buttons to cycle through your mode. So, and then once you select the one, we're going to select wattage, and then we got to wait. And then it goes to strength, and then you can cycle through again. Soft, normal, or hard. Select normal here, and wait again. 3 clicks. Puffs. Let's go to settings here. Wait a second, and there we go. So then here you can choose like screen time, screen lock, the contrast of the screen itself, the direction of the screen itself. That's one of the first things I did is I oriented the direction of that screen so it was facing me. See how right there it went into screen rotate? And there it goes. So 3 clicks. And let's go back to settings. Screen direction. Wait a minute. Click this to rotate it back. Don't touch anything. And then we're back to our orientation that I like, at least. So, having to select it and then wait, it can be a little bit of a pain in the butt for the most part. But some people might not find it too problematic. I just think it could be done a little bit better. But you got your wattage up and your wattage down buttons here. There's your wattage up, wattage down. And that's the same way for temperature control. Either one of those buttons on the side will wattage or temp up or temp down for you. Those buttons are right there, just in case we didn't go over it enough. Big old fire button over here. And I like the way this thing fits in my hands. I got pretty big hands, and I can kind of almost palm it, and when I turn it over, it's kind of hard to see in my hands. So for being a 3 battery device, it is not bad on size. Battery life isn't the greatest, unfortunately, because it's just 3 batteries. If you're going to run it on the higher wattages, it's definitely going to drain pretty quick, especially if you're trying for that 320 watt setting all the time. But I mean, tit for tat for the most part. You know, some people know and understand that if they want high wattages, they have to plan on changing batteries more often. But that is it for the up close and personals there, guys. So let's go ahead and take this back up to FaceTime, and we're going to go ahead and vape this thing.
All right, guys, so that was the up close and personals with the Smok G320 Marshal. Just want to take a quick minute to talk a tad little bit about it. The device, as we discussed before, is 320 watts. I haven't had too much of a chance to go to that 320 watt setting yet because I'm giving this Sense Blazer 200 tank a shot, which I am currently vaping at 200 watts. Kind of putting it through its paces, seeing if it's something that I'd like to do a video on later on. So far, I do like the tank itself, but the device itself, I do like a few things about it. One of which is the screen giving you your each individual battery readout, letting you know what battery level each battery is out at. I like the ohms being on there and being so accurate. I like the voltage on there and being so accurate as well. I do like seeing how many amps I'm drawing off my batteries so that I know I am, vaping things safely and not pushing batteries to limits. So I love that amps reading on there as well. The puff counters, I enjoy the puff counters as well because it gives me a good idea how many puffs I get off my batteries before I change them. So I do like that also. The device itself is pretty pleasing to hold in the hand. It's not real bulky, it's not too big, so it does fit in the hand real nice. The fire button's very comfortable. The screen originally was oriented away from me, but I just oriented it towards me, so I'm hitting it, I can actually see the screen. Normally, that's not something I'd care about, but it's comfortable to do with this device, so that's pretty cool pro in my book as well. One of the cons that I found about this is it is 320 watts with only 3 batteries, so on your higher wattages and things like that, you are going to run through battery life pretty quick, opposed to some of the other 4 battery devices that are on the market that are pushing relatively the same wattage, like the Maxos and the RX 300s. They're going to get a little bit better battery life because they are 4 batteries. But all in all, this device right here, I'm really enjoying it. I like the feel. I like the way it hits. It's a heavy hitter. It really is. This thing hits harder than Ray Rice in an elevator. So, really, guys, thank you for sticking this whole video out. We appreciate it greatly. If you like it, please give us a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please head over to the Facebook page and give us a like on there as well. That's where we will be, putting up things about what would you like to see us do next and give you guys the choice of what you would like to see. Also, definitely head over to that page, because if we get 100 likes on this particular video, I am going to be giving this Smok away on our social media page, the Facebook page for Rugged Vape Reviews. So, like the video, go over, like the page. We'll have a little bit more details about the giveaway when, that all happens. But we need to get at least 100 likes on this video on YouTube. So make sure you share it away and let people see it and let them, tell them to give us a like, tell them to give us a subscribe, send them over to the page. And we are going to give this device away to somebody after we hit 100 likes. But thank you much for sticking everything out. We appreciate it greatly, guys. And remember to vape ruggedly.